Good morning, amigos. Dr. Doug here at BodyTrust.com. Having a little tea this morning. Bojammi tea, love it. Today's a very special day. Today, my book goes on sale. Print form and e-form. You can find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and on Llewellyn, their website. That's my publisher. It's Chinese Medicine for the Modern World. Fabulous book, 257 pages, something like that. It's only, what, 23 bucks, something like that. And I wanted to point out chapter 4 in my book, which is called 5 Elements, and the metal element, which has a lot to do with skin problems. So we're going to talk a little bit about skin problems today. Skin is the tissue of the metal element, and there are 5 elements that describe nature. That's in chapter 4. Metal element is lung and large intestine. They're connected. They are very much connected. In Chinese theory, of course. So a lot of skin problems, most skin problems will be coming either from the lung or large intestine. For example, measles. Measles is a lung infection and it comes out on the skin, right? Another example of that metal element skin problem is eczema. Eczema is wet and red and burning and hot, and it is toxic damp heat, and it's usually coming from a toxic colon. Too much food sitting in there, food stagnation, stagnation turns to heat, it gets nasty like a stagnant pool of water or garbage. It is garbage, right? Half-processed food, and it festers, it ferments, and it becomes toxic. And so what's the body going to do with that? Is it going to drag it through the organs, the other organs, and try to get it out through the urine and stool, which is the normal route for toxicity? No, it's too toxic. It reaches a point where it just can't handle it anymore. It has to send it out through the emergency exit, which is the skin. So the skin is a protective layer that protects us from cold and heat and other pathogens. But it's also an exit point, an emergency exit for toxicity overload. That's what psoriasis and a lot of other skin problems are, by the way. It's toxicity overload. So when someone comes to me with eczema, my first question is, do you have a bowel movement every day? If they don't, aha, right? It's backing up. If they do, I want to ask them, does it smell? Because smell indicates, again, stagnation and fermentation and heat. And we notice that psoriasis, for example, is hot. It feels hot. It's red, reddish. Of course, reddish skin problems are heat. Well, here's a article in the news. It's from the University of Colorado, and it says a team of investigators has identified comprehensive guidelines for managing eczema, the most severe form. All they can do is manage it because they don't make connections. That's what my book does, because my book is based on Chinese theory. So that's what Chinese theory is really good about, making those connections. So then my next question will be, do you ever get hungry? And here you really got to be careful, because everybody's got an appetite and they confuse hunger with appetite. Appetite is a desire for food. Hunger is an empty feeling in the stomach area that motivates animals and humans to go to work. So it's nothing debilitating. It's a powerful and healthy feeling, and it must be there if you want to have a healthy digestion and a healthy colon. A healthy colon without a lot of garbage in it gets hungry. Sends you that message, I'm hungry, unless you're sick or something, right? Sick animals don't eat, do they? They just crawl under a bush and sleep until they're better because they're not hungry, right? But when they're healthy and clean and lean, by the way, they're hungry. So, the more fat you're carrying, the more garbage you're carrying also in the colon, which means not lean, not clean. Skin problems, typical. The other typical thing, of course, is sinus problems, right? Runny nose. Now, if I eat too much sugar, which causes damp, too much sugar, too much sweet will cause damp, and that's damp heat. I start to get a runny nose. Also, if I eat too much food, because my colon's backed up. so I'll start to get a runny nose. I used to have terrible eczema, and it was because I was never hungry and I was carrying 40 extra pounds of fat and garbage inside, and so I don't want to do that. That's what I recommend. You come to me if you have skin problems, and we'll see about going beyond managing, actually getting rid of them. Now that's all for today. Be sure to check out my book, Chinese Medicine for the Modern World, and tell your friends about it. Until Monday, have a great day and a great weekend, amigos. Hasta el lunes.